शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल।
Thank you, Aishwarya. Thank you so much for this nice kitten. Okay, so I was waiting for others to join, but I don't think anybody is joining. Okay, let me wait for 1 or 2 minutes and then I'm sharing. Okay. Is the screen visible to all?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Start reading, please. Who will
Mute.
read? Dev, read, please. Please mute yourself.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Dev, start reading.
कांचन गौरांगी
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी निते नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य सुतारणे I
Read the
offer
translation too.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedant Swami Prabhupada, who is dear to Lord Krishna, having taken shelter at his lotus feet, our respectful obeisances unto you, O spiritual master, servant of Saraswati Goswami. You are kindly preaching the message of Lord Chaitanya Dev and delivering the Western countries which are filled with empirism and wordism.
Okay, thank you so much, Dev. Okay, next. Sri Krishna Pranam Mantra. Aishini, read.
Mataji, can I do it? Hey Krishna
Mithranshu after
Karana
Aishini. Yeah.
दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपीश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते. Oh my dear Krishna, ocean of mercy, you're the friend of the distress and the source of creation. You're kindly preaching. You're the master of the coward man and the lover of the gopis, especially Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
Yeah, Mithranshu, go ahead.
तप्तकञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय.
Yeah, read the translation to Babu. Mithranshu, read the translation too. I think I'm not audible. Am I audible? Aishini? Dev, am I audible?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, thank you. I offer my respects to Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold and who is the queen of Vrindavan. You are daughter of King Vrishabhanu and you are very dear to Lord Krishna. Okay. Shri Vaishnav Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desired trees, can fulfill all the desires of everyone, and are the full and they are full of compassion to the fallen conditioned souls. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always accompanied by his plenary expansion, Sri Nityanand Prabhu, his incarnation, Sri Advait Prabhu, his internal potency, Sri Gadadhar Prabhu, and his marginal potency, Srivas Prabhu. He is in the midst of them as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Which shloka time it is? So it's Bhagavad Gita 12.20 and Bhagavad Gita 12th chapter 20th verse, which is Ye tu dharmamritam idam yathoktam paryupashyate shraddadhanam matparama bhaktaste attaiva me priyaha ativa me priyaha. Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me. Okay, so this 12th chapter, Bhagavad Gita's 12th chapter, is full of uh, glories of the Lord's devotees. Okay, Lord's devotees, we are leading so many pastimes, so many stories of Lord's devotees. So this chapter, 12th chapter, is full of glories of Lord devotees. That Lord is saying, this is dear to me, this is dear to me, this is dear to me, this is dear to me. So Krishna is mentioning all the qualities of devotees which are dear to him. So in this verse, it is mentioned that those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service, and those who are devotees and follow do devotional service, and who completely engage themselves with faith, with faith making me the supreme goal. Making me means making Krishna the supreme goal are very, very dear to me. Means Lord is saying, Krishna is saying that those who are my devotees, those who engage in my devotional service with faith, and their supreme goal is me only. They have no other goal in this world. They are very dear to me. Okay. So today we have a very nice story, the divine teachings, a conversation from Bhagavad Gita, the great black swans story we have. Okay, so this is a story from Bhagavad Gita where Shiva tells Parvati about the special powers of chapter 9's teaching. Okay, so glories of chapter 9's teaching of Bhagavad Gita. One story is there about what Lord Shiva is telling to uh, Parvati Maya. Okay, yeah, who will read? Mitranshu is there?
Lord Shiva
Yeah,
is telling his wife Parvati about the glories and the power of 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He says that listening to this chapter will fill anyone's heart with wonder and peace.
okay, thank you, Mitranshu. Yeah, next Dev will read. Dev read.
Shiva
Dev, are you
ex-
there?
yes, Mata. Shiva explains, I am always accompanied in thinking of Lord Krishna. Those who think of Krishna constant,
Constantly.
constantly are my life and soul. One such devoted follower as a Dhil-
Was Dheer Buddhi.
Dheer Buddhi who was so s- steady in this love of Lord Krishna that I follow he every moment with love, provide
Protecting.
protecting hi- him like humble servant.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dev. Thank you so much. A voice from the lotus lake. One evening, Dheer Buddhi was sitting in a beautiful flower garden by moonlight. Suddenly, a strong violent wind shook the trees and a huge shadow passed overhead. Out of nowhere, a great swan-like bird descended with blackish feathers. The bird's wings made a loud noise as it landed. In its beak was a beautiful pink lotus flower, which it offered to Dhirabuddhi. The swans praised. Aisini, read, please. Read. Aishini.
The swan began to speak, "O Dera Buddhi, you are the greatest of all Vaishnavas devotees. You are the possess uh, unlimited glories. You are kind to all living beings. You are especially merciful to pure devotees. The high priest of the gods, Brihaspati, always glorifies you with sweet words of prayer. Even Anantashesha, the thousand-headed celestial serpent, cannot find an end of your glories. As for myself, I am just an insignificant bird with limited intelligence.
Thank you so much, Aishini. Aishini, you are not well.
I am well, Mataji.
Like something happened, cough or cold like that, something.
No, Mataji, I'm fine.
Then why voice is like that, Babu?
It's too cold outside. In
Okay,
I
it's too cold. Okay, okay. That's why. Okay, Aishini. You're well, right?
Yes,
Aishini?
Mataji.
Okay, Babu. Who are you? Pleased by the swan's submissive and humble words, the Dhirabuddhi asked, who are you and from where are you from? You appear to be a giant swan, but your feathers are bluish black, not white like normal swan. Please tell me your history and the reason for your special powers. Who were you in your past lives? Veerbuddhi is asking this one. A woman named Sarojavadan. Sarojavadan. Okay, let me see who are there first. Okay, Shlok. Shlok, read.
Yes,
Shlok,
Mataji.
read
A
please.
woman named Soraj Avandana, the swan, replied, "Thank you, Dhira Buddhi. I am the carrier of Lord Brahma, and I will now tell you how I became this blackish color. The heavenly lotus flower I just offered you came from a beautiful lake near Surat. One day, while flying over that lake, my wings became paralyzed and I fell into the water. Much to my surprise, my snow white body had turned as black as dark clouds.
Oh, wow. A woman's service and devotion. 3 lifetimes ago, I was born in a Brahmin family and was named Sarojvadan. My father married me to a very strict husband whom I served faithfully. One day I found a sick black bird and took great care of it. I became very fond of that bird, and my service to my husband suffered. He became very frustrated, and in anger he cursed me. You sinful creature, may you become a black bird in your next life and suffer for 100 autumns. Saved by the power of chapter 10. As a blackbird, I lived with suffering, but unfortunately, I was able to remember my previous life as a Brahmin woman, and I also remembered the words of the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This gave me strength over the passing years. The curse ended, and by coincidence, you flew over me. And but I am sure that if you learn the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita for me, then you will be freed from this embarrassing situation. Please do this. Transformation and divine service. I readily agreed, and she taught me those divine verses originally spoken by Lord Krishna. Then Padmavati, then a sky chariot came and took Padmavati to Vaikuntha, the heavenly realm. I have just come from there now to offer you a flower from that lake. Having taken my darshan, the black swan gave up his body and took birth in a Brahmin family as Dhir Buddhi, who with a pure heart always chants the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Lord Shiva concludes, the chanting of the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is so powerful that whoever hears it, whether they are drunkards or murderers, will certainly be blessed by the darshan vision of the Lord. The same can be said for whoever chants the 10th chapter. They will certainly obtain the same results regardless of who they are. Okay? So lessons we learned. This beautiful story teaches us what it teaches. True devotion to God brings strength and protection. Knowledge of sacred teachings can free us from mistakes. Compassion and service are important, but God comes first. Anyone can be blessed by God's grace through faith and chanting. Our past actions create our present, but we can change our future through devotion. Okay? Okay. Remember Lord Krishna always. Just as Dheer Buddhi and Padmavati found peace and liberation through devotion and chanting the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we too can find strength, protection, and happiness by remembering Lord Krishna in our hearts and learning from the sacred knowledge. Okay, so
Mataji, I can't hear you.
Okay, okay, yeah, I'm silent, that's why you can't hear me. Okay, so this is a story of a sage named Veerbuddhi who Lord Shiva is explaining to Parvati Maya. Okay, so Lord Shiva is telling Parvati Maya about the glories of 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita, you all know. First of all, Bhagavad Gita, you all know, right? Aishani knows. Yeah, I know. Dev, you know about Bhagavad Gita? Raise hand. Yes, okay. Mitranshu is also yes. Lakshmi Priya, you know about Bhagavad Gita? Lakshmi Priya, yes. Okay, Shlok, what about Shlok? Shlok, you know about Bhagavad Gita? Shlok, yes. Okay, so everyone knows Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna has spoken it. And Gita Marathon is also going on. How many of you know this? Yeah, Aishani knows, Mitranshu doesn't.
Mataji, next Saturday in Ireland there's gonna be a book marathon in ISKCON.
Oh, Jai.
And I'm
Aish-
participating for it.
Jai, Jai, Aishani. Aishani, you live with your parents, like your father and mother?
Yeah, Mataji.
Okay.
Mataji, I also went to ISKCON like this.
Ah, why there is so much darkness, Mitranshu?
Mataji, because I'm traveling.
Okay, okay, okay. Then okay. Okay, mute yourself, Mitranshu. So this story, yeah, I was just telling about Gita Marathon because it's starting and Gita Marathon I explained in short. The Gita Marathon is a like a marathon, as its name suggests, a race, a time period in which we distribute, which starts on 15 November and ends on 15 January. Okay, so we distribute as many as Bhagavad Gita as we can in this whole time, and also there is some discount in Bhagavad Gita. So this is the time when we, yeah. What are you saying? I'm not able to hear. Okay. So there is a discount, and also what you can do is you can distribute as much as Bhagavad Gita as you can, and if you don't have, you can purchase one. Okay. So Lord Shiva is telling his wife Parvati about the glories of Bhagavad Gita chapter 10. Okay. Okay. So Shiva explains, I'm always absorbed in thinking of Lord Krishna. So Lord Shiva is telling Lord Parvati Maya that how he is always absorbed in Lord Krishna's uh, thinking and his devotees, like Krishna and his devotees, Lord Shiva always thinks about. So those who thinks of Krishna constantly are my life and soul. So he is Vaishnava Nam Yatha Shambhu. He is the topmost among Vaishnavas and he love all the Vaishnavas. Those who love Krishna, Lord Shiva loves them. Okay. So Lord Shiva is telling one story about a, a Brahman, a person named, a devotee named Dhirbuddhi. So Dhirbuddhi was always meditating on Krishna and he was a humble servant. One evening, what happened? A big swan came over his head and he gave him a flower, as you read, right? So then the swan spoke to Dhirabuddhi. Oh, Dhirabuddhi, you are so nice, devotee. Like you are a very great Vaishnava. You are very merciful to all the devotees. And Brihaspati, the high priest of God, sings your glories. Even Anant says, the carrier of the Lord himself, Lord Krishna himself, Lord Vishnu himself, none different. Lord Vishnu himself, he is glorifying you like he started glorifying Dhirabuddhi like this. Okay. So Abhikya, what happened then? So Dhirabuddhi was pleased by words of the swan and he asked, Oh Swan, who are you? Like you know me like this, you know me so well, I understand. But who are you? Please give me your introduction to. Suppose somebody comes to you and start clarifying, oh, you are this, you are this. You're, okay, thank you so much. But please tell me your history too, right? So the Dhirabuddhi asked him, what is your history? Who are you? And as I can see, you appear like a big swan, like big swan, but your feathers are black. So there must be some story behind that. Who are you? Who are you in your past life? So the intelligent person knows that every person, every creature here has some past life. Means we are all just passing, but that old days and days, like we are just kids, then we are growing up to youth, then we'll become old, and then one day we'll die. And what will happen after death? What will happen after? Don't think that death will not come to me. Death will come to everyone. Death will come to me also, you also, for everyone. That is like certain. So death, after that, there is not ending. There is just another life. Like suppose we are in human body, we have to desire to swim in water. Suppose somebody likes swimming so much, somebody has desire to go underwater and swim and see the world, then they'll become dolphin, they'll become shark, some underwater creature. Okay, so life will continue after that like a shark, and then whatever desire they will have, and then like this whole process will be going on. So this man, Devabuddin, knew he was a devotee. He knew that nobody comes from like out of nowhere, somebody is born. No, he has been traveling from birth to birth to birth to birth to birth to come to this birth as a human being. And similarly, Dheera Buddhi also knows that this one, and Swan also knows about Dheera Buddhi. So Dheera Buddhi is asking, who are you? Who were you in your previous life? So the Swan continued that, uh, okay, let me tell you my story, how I became blackish in color. So I was like a normal swan. I was just flying over the lake, and one my whole wings paralyzed, and then I got down into water, and I came back outside as black. So this was the story of my blackish body, like darkish black cloud body. Okay. Then what is the next story? Next story, and why he became black. So all this is explained here. So 3 lifetimes ago. So 3 lifetimes ago means the swan 3 lifetime ago, he was a woman. He was a woman and her name was uh, Padmavati maybe. Yeah. So she was a woman in Brahman family, and uh, her father was Saroj Vadan. My father married me to a very strict husband. So Saroj Vadan got a very strict husband, and but she served him faithfully, like properly. She served him always, to whatever extent she could. So she always tried to serve her husband, please her husband with whatever she could. And then one day, what happened? A blackish uh, bird came, and he was injured. He was injured, right? So then what happened? Then she took care. She was like very faithful and very like compassionate. So she took care of that bird. Okay. So she took care and she got attached to birds. So when we take care of someone like a child, we get attached to it, be it a pet, be it a bird. So the she got attached to the bird, and this hampered her service to her husband. So her husband got very angry, being so strict. He got very angry, and he cursed her. He cursed her that her husband was a Brahmin and he had power. No, don't ask me how he cursed her. Earlier, people had power to curse each other. So he cursed her, and okay, just a second. Yeah, so then what happened? Her husband cursed her, and she became a bird, and a black bird, and she was able to remember her previous life, right? So then what happened? Then she was like always remembering Lord Krishna and everything. So she got to remember everything, and she always chanted the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita because she remembered it as her human bird. She remembered the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, And then then she came to this Veer Buddhi, who was also a Vaishnava. Then she took darshan of this pure devotee, and who was also chanting the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita always. And she left her body and went to Vaikuntha, the Lord's abode. So this is saying that even we are drunkards, even we are bad person, then also that we can get liberation by chanting the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So this is the glories of Bhagavad Gita, how glorious Bhagavad Gita is, how we can always get liberation, get mercy from chanting Bhagavad Gita. So we all need to have one Bhagavad Gita at our home. I'll contact you all for Bhagavad Gita who have and who doesn't have. And some lessons that we learned from this is that God gives protection, God gives strength, and He can free us from mistakes, compassion, and everything. Yeah, your homework. Your homework is to memorize the verse as always and share with 5 4 5 friends what you know about Gita Jayanti and start conversations you have to record. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to go and tell this story, all the glories of Bhagavad Gita, which you know, to your friends. Okay. And then you have to share your realization and you have to record the conversation, or you can just share your realization. Suppose you went and talked to one of your friends and you told about Bhagavad Gita. Nitransu stop reacting cups. Okay. So you went and you told about Bhagavad Gita to someone, and then some of your replies you got. Okay. And then you have to share make a one video of yourself, make one video of yourself that okay, I went to my friend named maybe Pushi. Okay. So and then Pushi gave me this answer like this you have to tell. Okay. Understood? Like this like conversation I had, and then you have to make a video on that. Okay, Lakshmi Priya understood, Mitranshu understood. I'm like imagining everyone understood. Okay, then you this is your homework, and I'll post further information in the group. Okay, for today it's over. I have to do something, so I will have to go. Okay, okay, Aishini.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, so thank you so much for attending. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sending question. Hare Krishna. We'll meet